Now here I am to say something about our first speaker, Mr. Dr. Keur Kumar M. Nayak. He is MPhil, MCom, MBA and PhD and silver medalist from IIT Roorkee in financial sector. He is a university topper in business administration, customer analytics, professional from Wharton Business School. Now, Dr. Keur Nayak is a management academician of lots of experience in academics and industry. He has working in Starlight Industries India in the year 1995 and also established the consulting IT firm along with that he obtained the MPhil and PhD. He has published 24 books and more than 80 research papers in the area of management. He has consulted organizations like Wellspun, Starlight, Ashapura, then HiFab, IFCO, JK Cement, and many others. He has taught at research methodology for PhD coursework in Mumbai University with and conducted several faculty development programs on MOS, Smart PLS, Python, SPSS, eViews and R software, NVivo, Adanco, and such softwares. Dr. Nayak's business school experience spans teaching, research consulting, executive education, FDPs, and academic administration. He has successfully established B.Ed, PTC, MBA, MCA, engineering, architect, BBA, BCA, BCom, BSc colleges with NAC accreditation. The milestone achievement of his career is development of ERP software worth rupees 11 lakhs for Government of Daman and Diu and Best Research Paper award in 2 international conferences. Presently, he is working in University of Mumbai's Garwari Institute of Career Education and Development, offering 70 skill-based courses in 7 skill sectors as director, 4 PhD, 1 MPhil and 54 MBA projects have been guided by him and 8 PhD projects will be awarded degree in the next May 2025. He has trained more than 30,000 faculty in different aspects of the research and techniques. So, and the list is on and on. So, we welcome here and we are highly delighted to have you here, sir. And we are just waiting for you to hear from you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning, sir.
First of all, for first 15 minutes, I would like to encourage you and inspire you for your future research journey. And after that, I will start taking my lecture. So why should you attend these sessions or this particular program? That's my question to all of you. Why should you learn research? Why should you attend such programs regularly? How to collaborate with good researchers across the globe? What is the importance of networking? How to collaborate with other researchers and to write quality research papers? So these are some of the basic questions which I would like to ask you in the beginning of my lecture. So what is a good research, first of all? How do you define a quality of research? Research is not all about collecting primary data, putting it into software, analyzing it, interpreting it, writing something and publishing in a UGC CARE or Scopus journal. See, I am criticizing Scopus also. So now you can understand the level what I am expecting from you. So let me share my experience as a researcher so that I can create other examples. In 2023, I published my first paper in ABDC B category journal and ABS rank 1 journal with an impact factor of 2. Almost I spent 1.5 years to complete the paper. And after that, when I submitted into an online platform of Taylor and Francis, I got 2 revisions. Change the variables, change the models, improve the methodology. So even after 20 years of experience in research, guiding PhD students, writing so many books and papers, then also someone is there across the globe who is superior to me, gives me recommendations to change my methodology, to change my variables. And finally, I got into that B category journal. Moral of the story, the moment I put that paper on my Google Scholar profile, on ResearchGates, within a 1 year, I got 30 citations out of it. So this is the first example. After 20 years of research, I am able to publish one paper in B category, first paper. And the publisher was Taylor and Francis. The second paper I got published in the month of July in Taylor and Francis on carbon management accounting. So carbon management accounting is a recent topic of research discussion across the globe. Carbon accounting, carbon management accounting, what is carbon controversies and how to mitigate the carbon risk. These are all emerging topics in the domain of sustainability. So when I wrote this paper on carbon management accounting, and the publisher was Emerald, and 4 revisions were there. There were co-authors with me. Someone was working on methodology and analysis, someone works on introduction and literature review, someone works on implications, theoretical and practicals. So these are all things which are very important. So which topic you are adopting or selecting for your research paper publication is very important. If it is an old topic, if it is not contemporary, the topic which is very discussed frequently, regularly, and in the news, that kind of emerging topic you should choose for your research paper writing journey if you want to publish in good quality journals. In Scopus, I have 12, 13 papers. In C category, I have 3 and 4 papers. But in B category, I have only 2 papers. And presently, one paper of mine is accepted in A category with minor revisions. And the next paper is planned for A star category. So moral of the story, 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, if you could reach in B category, I think my today's session will be much more meaningful. I will share the papers link to Dr. Nishikant sir, and sir will forward to all of you, and start reading papers which are published in B category. So instead of writing papers, the first job of the researcher is to read the papers. Read and read again and again. Understand the language, understand the way references have been written, understand the way methodology and analysis has been done. And once you will start getting insights from the research, you will understand what level of research you are supposed to do. Another guidelines which I would like to give you is that do not depend only on numerical or quantitative research. Quantitative or only qualitative. Where methods are mixed, both quantitative and qualitative data has been analyzed and presented in the paper. Such kind of papers are highly accepted in journals. And whenever you visit some websites of Emerald, Taylor and Francis, InderScience, Wiley, Sage, so these are the 5 most prominent publishers. The first one is Emerald. The first one is Emerald. If you want to write down, you can please write down. Emerald, Taylor and Francis, Wiley, WILEY Wiley, Sage, SAGE, Sage Publications. And the last one is Inder Science Publications. Inder Science Publications. So these are all publishing company, they are private limited company. They invite researchers, they invite editors, and they invite reviewers on the platform. How many stakeholders? 3 stakeholders: research paper writers, reviewers, and editors. So you are researchers, write papers, submit to the journals using this company. The editor will review your paper and the editor will send it to the reviewer. The way your guide guides you for PhD and then referees are called to evaluate your thesis. The same process happens for the research paper publication also. And in many journals you will get desk rejection. The desk rejection will come to you because of 2 reasons. If plagiarism level is very high, number 1, and number 2, if your title does not match with the title of the journal. If there is a mismatch with the purpose of the journal and the purpose of your paper, if there is a mismatch, then there will be a desk rejection. Immediately the editor will tell, okay, no, this paper is not suitable for my journal. And it will not further process to reviewer. So you need to understand all these ecosystems. The ranking of your institution depends upon your quality of your publications, whether it is NAC or NIRF ranking or QS ranking or any kind of ranking. It depends upon the quality of your publications. IIMs, they pay 15 lakhs rupees to the researcher for publication of 1 paper in A category journal. How much? 15 lakhs. B category 10 lakhs and C category 5 lakhs. And gradually they start eliminating, don't publish in C category, we will not pay you 5 lakhs. Either take 10 lakhs or 15 lakhs from us. If you go to MICA, School of Idea in Ahmedabad, they pay 12,000 rupees for 1 hour presentations of research. So this is the value of research. This is the value of researchers. In some business schools, teachers are coming from industry and teaching to the class, maybe in MCOM, MBA, MMS or PGDM, whatever program. But those who are coming and teaching course from the industry, they are not contributing to the ranking of the institute. So what is the strategy used by such B schools like SP Jain or IIMs or MICA or BITSOM in Kalyan? They hire professors, they give them less workload of teaching, and they inspire professors. You spend maximum time on research, publish in quality journals, and through you, we want to take ranking ahead in global ranking framework, QS ranking. So these are the ecosystems of different institutions. And in that ecosystem, what is your role? That I have made it clear to you. Now you should not think कि हमें तो बहुत workload रहता है, हमें थोड़ी पैसा मिलता है. No, how you can move from one ecosystem to another ecosystem and perform yourself. Do not look at the constraint. Look at the benefit. That's what my viewpoints as far as publications of research papers are concerned. God bless you. Have a wonderful life as a researcher. Now let us start our presentation of the day. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. My first question to you on pair sample and independent sample t-test. There are 1,000 consumers of iPhone in Mumbai, and there are 1,000 consumers of iPhone in New Delhi. Possible or not possible? I am asking you, I'm asking you, are they similar or are they different? Their perception.
Both are metro cities.
So you want to say that they are similar?
Some traits will be similar.
Some traits will be similar. Now I am giving you the traits. Their opinion about iPhone, about the features and utility of iPhone is similar or different? How many of you believe similar? Please raise your hand. Their perception about utility, their opinion about the iPhone products, is it going to? How many of you believe different? So majority of you think it is different. Now I am asking you another question. Why this difference? Because of lifestyle? Like, dislike? Their individual values, knowledge, right? Their demographics are different, their income level, their usability, right? Now, another question of measuring this difference. Can we quantify this difference?
Yes.
How? Likert scale, fine. So, on Likert scale, which scale we should use? 5 point, 7 point, 10 point? Which scale we should use? Likert has proposed 5 variability of its scale. But is it a good scale?
7 points.
7 point or 10 points? Which one we should use? The scale which gives us maximum variability, 10 point. If we use 10 point Likert scale, we will get maximum variability. Because lot of dimensions are, 10 dimensions are there, right? If we use only 5 point Likert scale, dimensions are less. And if dimensions are less, then we won't be able to measure the full variability. So it is always better to use 10 point Likert scale. Now another question is that why should we use t-test to quantify this difference? Why should we use t-test? See, just now I have asked you, is there any difference or no difference? So from this population, this sample, I can conclude that the researchers who are attending short-term training program at Thakur College has opinion that the iPhone users in New Delhi and iPhone users in Mumbai are different. Why should I quantify?
So we have to test the hypothesis, like null hypothesis we will take as there is no difference between the opinion. And then we will test it using t-test and methodology we will follow.
Partly agree with you, madam.
T-test because of t-test. In this only we will use the t-test.
Here we will use independent sample t-test. There are 2 types of t-test, independent sample and t-test. Now the another logic is that independent from Mumbai, New Delhi. That's why we can say that they are independent. For this class, in these training programs, male are different than females. So they are 2 independent identity or entity, you can say. Similarly, male and female, managers and non-managers, production laborers and office laborers, office staff and production staff. So many differences could be there. So membership is not overlapping. Male are different than females. So members are not overlapping. Staff members from Thakur College and staff members from XYZ another college. So both the members are different from different institution and different category, and hence we can say that they are independent. Now the logic behind independent sample t-test, the assumption of independent sample t-test while giving response, the 2 respondents should not be sitting together. They should be unbiased. They should not be influenced by someone. X should not influence Y and Y should not influence Z. So if 4 respondents are sitting on one table and filling up some questionnaire, then we can say that it is not a bias free, it's a biased data. So independent sample means they are not biased, they are not influenced by someone for giving their ratings, right? So independent sample t-test is clear, right? Now another question, I am still there on my question, why should we do independent sample t-test? The answer is that to test the hypothesis, to test the, to accept or reject the null hypothesis. Is there any other reason of testing hypothesis? And in SPSS, why do we set alpha level at the rate 0.05? What does it mean? Level of,
This 0.5% can be a margin of error. Margin of error.
so I would,
Maximum of probability of type 1.
okay, fine. Now try to understand the logic behind application of statistical tests like independent sample t-test and pair sample t-test. If you look at the experiment of Sir Isaac Newton's, 100 times he has thrown object in the air and he found that object is falling down on the earth, right? So he tried this experiment at X location, he tried this experiment at Y locations, and on all locations the result was same. And confidently he concluded, because of the gravitational force of the earth, whatever object you will throw in the air, it will fall down on the earth. And I can say this thing with 100% confidence. So when we set alpha level 0.05, we are trying to test the data. 100 respondent in Mumbai, 100 respondent in New Delhi, are they 100% different? So when we set alpha level 0.05%, it means in social science, we want to be at least 95% confident about our results. So to measure that confidence of our judgment, we have to apply statistical test. Hope this particular thing is clear. Otherwise, no need to use statistical tests. By asking common questions to the respondents, I can conclude, there is a difference. But I want to be perfect. 95% should be my confidence level. There is a chance that 5% may be the error. Right? Now, another story I will tell you. In social science, 95% level of confidence is okay, fine. But in medical, in pharmacy, 99.99. While taking a decision on Covishield and Covaxin as a medicine to cure coronavirus, if we work at 95% level of confidence, then there is a chance that, are you with me? And you might have learned simple regression, multiple linear regressions. You might have studied one dependent, one independent, one dependent and several independents. Do you know in pharmacy how many independent variables can be there? 10,000 independent variables. And they believe, the pharmacy researchers, the medical researcher, they believe that our R square value, explanation of X to Y, should be 99.99%. In millions, there may be one error. But that much perfection is required in medical and pharmacy field. Even in engineering, 80-90% accuracy is fine. But in social science, if 95% confidence is achieved, that's a great job. So look at few examples I have brought over here from marketing domain. Advertising effectiveness studies. So the sales of the product before advertisement and sales of the product after advertisement. So here we are going to use paired sample t-test. So in marketing, there could be different domains, sub-domains, advertising research, product research, consumer research, corporate research, so many kind of research is possible in the domain of marketing. Look at another, consumer perceptions. Which are the factors affecting the perception of consumer? It could be product, price, place, brand, color, so many things are there. So there we can use factor analysis, right? Another examples, market segmentation, consumer profile. So cluster analysis is there, clustering, cluster analysis. So here this particular table could be one cluster, the second table could be another cluster, this table could be another cluster, and we can classify the researcher as per their age group, as per their institution, as per their experience. So if I classify all of you based on your various demographic profile, I am doing clustering. Are you with me? And I am trying to divide all of you in a segment. So that's possible in marketing research. And see cluster analysis. And which are the company highly involved into clustering? IMRB and AC Nielsen. And researchers in these kind of companies are highly paid professional across the globe. Among all corporate profiles, researchers are the person who are highly paid by AC Nielsen and IMRB Pan India. So another area of opportunities for you is to do research consulting with industry. There was one company in Daman, and the name of the company was Chino Actions. They were into manufacturing of transformer, electronics transformer, which are used in this electricity supply and distribution. So they diversified their business and bought a piece of 50 acres of land in Daman, Union Territory of area. But the owners were from Mumbai and they do not know the locality. So they approached me and they told me, okay, can you classify the flat owners? Can you do the segmentation of flat owners? So based on their preference for 1 BHK, 2 BHK or 3 BHK or bungalow, we can construct the buildings and we can start marketing of it. So see how I have done that consulting activity. On all hotels, I kept 2 students of BBA and MBA, 1 BBA students, 1 MBA students. And I gave them a questionnaire which talks about the name of the person, email, mobile number, and their preference for 1 BHK, 2 BHK, 3 BHK or bungalow in Daman territory. And after gathering data for 1 week, some response from 2000 people came to us. And I have done nothing. In SPSS, I kept the data, generated the bar chart, pie chart, and I gave to the person who was the owner of Chino Accents. They paid me 2 lakhs rupees. That is the power of clustering. That is the power of research. That is the value of consulting value of research. So research has 3 values. Kitni value hai? 3. Classroom teaching value. Can we create value in the classroom while teaching research? Can we create value using research by doing consultancy in the industry?
Yes.
That's possible. And the third one is publication value, ranking value. So if you are doing research from this 3 perspective, I think the life will be different life. Is that clear? And last one is trend analysis, product positioning, brand image. Suppose I am asking you 3 things. Colgate, Pepsodent, and any other third brand. Rate these 3 brand image. If I am asking you question, okay, these are the 3 brand of FMCG which we use in our day-to-day life. It could be shampoo, it could be soap, it could be any FMCG products. If I'm asking you a question, okay, out of these 3 brands, which one is a good brand? What will you use? One-way ANOVA, two-way ANOVA. Why? Because there are more than 2 variables. There are more than two groups. So if only two groups are there, then you can use independent sample t-test or pair sample t-test. But if groups are more than two, then you have to go to ANOVA. So this is research in terms of marketing. Now look at human resource management. Performance measurement. If I want to know how much effective I am today, before taking lecture, I will ask you, okay, what do you know about research? What do you know about the value of research? What do you know about? You may rate 2, 3, 4, 1 like that. And after my lecture, if I am again giving you the same thing, same questions, if I have really contributed to today's session, then you will rate me very high. So I want to measure that difference before training and after training. So which test I will use over here? Pair sample t-test. Now what is the beauty of pair sample t-test? Respondent are same. Respondent are, but the situations are before and after. Before going to Dr. Batra's lab and after going to Dr. Batra's lab, whether really hairs are coming on my head. Before applying Fair and Lovely and after applying Fair and Lovely, is it really changing the fairness of my skin? If I am trying to measure such phenomenon, then which test we should use? Pair sample t-test. And in independent sample t-test, respondents are different. Respondents are different, but situation is same. So this is the difference between independent sample t-test and pair sample t-test. Hope things are clear.
Yes.
Another area, factor analysis. Which are the factors responsible for employees' performance? Motivational factors. What should we offer to our employee so that they will be motivated to work positively and productively? So I have given example from marketing. I am giving you examples from HR. Hope things are clear. The next one is cluster analysis, employee profile, behavior-based profile, age-based profile. There are various categories through which we can do profiling of employee. Again, we can use clustering over here. Again, we can use clustering over here. Finance. Now regression. Regression is very useful as far as measurement of beta is concerned. So are you all aware of beta? What is beta? How to measure it? What is the importance of beta? The higher the beta, higher the risk and higher the possibility of return. So in finance domain, we can use simple linear regression, multiple linear regressions to measure the risk profile of a particular stock or particular company. Similarly, the performance of mutual fund can also be measured using this beta. So beta is nothing but use of simple linear regressions. And then again, share price pattern, run test, random walk hypothesis. So when I guided some faculty from Shomaya University and we published a joint paper in UGC CARE. So the madam was teaching security analysis and portfolio management. So before writing research paper on run test, she was not aware okay, what is Eugen Pharma's efficient market hypothesis, how to test that hypothesis, how to collect data on it. But once she wrote a paper and published into a journal, she became very confident that now I can teach this particular topic in a classroom very nicely. So that is how research creates your teaching value, classroom value. So based on your research, use your own written research paper, go to the classroom and teach it. That makes you more reputable researcher, as well as it will be very helpful to the students because they are learning from the real life data, right? Then mean risk return analysis, mean variation, standard deviation, profitability. Suppose if I am giving you 3 companies, Infosys, TCS and Mastech, all or Wipro? All are IT companies. I'm asking you, okay, which company's profit is good and which company's profit is not good. So there you can use one-way ANOVA. Right? Now another question to all of you. TCS, Wipro and Infosys, which company is better? If you take last 15 years data or last 20 years data, which company has performed better? In market, in news, based on news channels, based on publication in newspapers, you will say Infosys. But nobody can say that without doing panel data analysis. Panel data analysis, you have to use fixed effect model, random effect models. You have to use Hausman tests. Based on panel data, individual effect and time effect can be studied. What can be studied? Individual effects and time effects. So individual means the three companies. Which one is good? Whose result is significant, less than 0.05. If all three results are less than 0.05, then time effect. During which year, which company has performed better and which company has not performed better. So there you need to use panel data analysis. So many things are there in the world of research. So I have briefed you about all the three domains, marketing, HR and finance, almost all the tests. But now let us come to our original topic, that is independent sample t-test. Okay. See, these are the examples. Top 50 research suppliers in 2000. AC Nielsen, IMS, these are the two world-class companies. Look at their revenue. US revenue, non-US revenue. So basically they are US based company, but from non-US countries they are getting huge revenue. Coca-Cola, they are having presence in 170 countries. They gave their market research work to AC Nielsen. In which country, what kind of consumers are there, what is their paying capacity, what is their values and lifestyles, what kind of taste they will prefer. Everything has to be studied by AC Nielsen, and they have to give a report to Coca-Cola, and based on that Coca-Cola will prepare products and will sell across the 170 countries. That's the value of research. So start thinking about consulting value of research if you want to earn good amount, right? Ha. Look at it. Look at the first example. What is that?
Between boys and girls on an exam score.
Right? So respondents are different. Two groups are different. Situation is same. Boys and girls are different respondents from the same class, but the parameter on which we are measuring their performance is exam score. That is similar. Another example. Read it. Sales of company A, sales of company B. Companies are different, independent, but sales is. So we want to know which company has done better role, and is there a significant difference between the two companies, or both the companies are similar. Wipro and Infosys, TCS and Infosys, are they similar or are they different? Finance example, right? Another one is different satisfaction score between managers and non-managers. HR examples. Third one, achievement score, difference of return on mutual fund and equity. Advertisement in one company, advertisement in another company. Where it is more successful. Promotion by one company, promotion by another company. Supply chain satisfaction of one company, supply chain satisfaction of company B. When we are trying to gather data, we need to apply which test? Independence. Note is very important. Read the note. What is the note?
the above example, there is no overlap of membership between the two groups.
Very important. So under these circumstances, if members are not overlapping and members are different based on certain criteria, then we need to use independent t-test, right? Read the example.
Marketer of a killer jeans want to find out whether a set of customers in Delhi and a set of customers in Mumbai have same perception of their brand or not. You are requested to conduct a small survey in both cities using 7-point scale. Worst of the worst, poor, average, good, very good, excellent. They want you to do a statistical test to find out if the two sets of perception ratings are significantly different from each other or not.
Did you get the question clear? Is the question clear in your mind? Now, based on this case study, what shall we do? Step 1. What would be step 1? Problem statement. Or you have to put your null hypothesis. There is no significant difference between the consumer of New Delhi and Mumbai on their perception about killer jeans.
So suppose we are taking similarities then. We want to find out the similarities.
We want to find out the similarities, not the difference. What is the alternate hypothesis? What is the alternate hypothesis? Significant difference, right? So we will ask, what is your name, what is your age, what is your genders, what rate your perception about killer jeans on a 1 to 7 point scale. We will explain them ki baba iska matlab ye hota, like that, and then we will give one code to city, one as Mumbai, two as New Delhi, and then finally our data sheet will appear like this in Excel or in SPSS. Our data sheet will appear like this. Our data set will be appearing like this. Now tell me, there are so many columns, but only 2 columns are important.
Last and second last.
Last and second last, rating and city. Other information is not that much useful for us. So whatever conclusions or interpretations we are going to derive is based on ratings. Now look at first 15 records. Look at first 15 records. All the records are from city 1, Mumbai. And look at another 15 records which has code 2. All are there from Delhi. So 15 respondents are from Mumbai, 15 respondents are from Delhi. Both are different. And before running independent sample t-test, based on this data, can you conclude that there is a significant difference between the consumer of Delhi and? Observe, whenever you go to doctors do diagnose something, they will try to put a torch on your mouth, they will put stethoscope on your body, and then looking at your face, and then whatever flu or virus is in the market, they can conclude, okay, boss, ye do tablet le le, everything will be all right. So looking, this is an observation stage for you. Look at the data and tell me. So one day, one of my friend was in the Viva of MBA student. I asked my students to use the test and could then conclude the data. So my friend has criticized the students, okay, why have you applied tests? Can't you look at the data and conclude? Then why have you applied tests? Then I convince him to be confident about the result. 95% confidence I want to generate. Therefore, we have used the test. Otherwise, without application of the test, we can conclude. But there, we will not have a scientific approach. Right? Now tell me, do you find any significant difference in the rating of Mumbai and Delhi?
More satisfied with this.
Who are more satisfied? 2. Delhi people are more satisfied than Mumbai people. Right? So even if you do not apply independent sample t-test, based on rating of two different groups, at a glance, at a first observation, you can conclude, yes, there is a difference. X is very satisfied than Y, or Y is more satisfied than X. You can conclude by looking at the data.
But that is for only particular data, no? But like this one we can find out. But अगर total mixed रहेगा ऐसा, then what is?
Then we have to, therefore we are testing. Yes, therefore, to be confident and to be accurate in our judgment. So same things happen with the doctors also. If he is confused about the symptoms of the disease, what he will do? Go to the lab, bring the report. Are you with me? Chalo, good. Yes.
It's all about the consumer perception. So, I just wanted to know the concept of factor analysis.
Factor analysis.
Was about the consumer
Perception.
So, we are applying here that independent sample test.
Yes.
But what about the factor analysis?
Factor analysis is entirely a different topic.
Because our object hypotheses are related to this, just like music.
Yes.
There is only one variable. Right to understand. There is univariate question. Their satisfaction level. So
I just
factor-
want that consumer perception part.
So, see, if you are traveling by a flight, why will you select a particular company, maybe Indigo? So there you can do factor analysis. Comfort could be one factor. Service of check-in and check-out could be another factor. Service by air hostess, food quality, the price, comfort. So when you are studying this kind of phenomenon, the dimensions of the service offered to you, the dimensions of products offered to you, if you want to study all those things, then you have to apply factor analysis. But whenever you are measuring two groups, then you have to use independent sample. Clear? Now look at the, I think you don't have laptop. How many of you have? So no problem. I will demonstrate in SPSS if it is installed on this laptop, or I can, not an issue, I will demonstrate in Excel.
Excel.
Yeah, मैं Excel में demonstrate करूँगा. Excel is far more easy. Right? Wait. Now these are the steps. These are the steps in SPSS. The PPT, you can take a photograph. You can take a photograph. PPT I will not share. You take a photograph.
This is for SPSS, huh? Sir has very clearly mentioned over there. Excel mein sir will do it.
I will demonstrate in Excel. These are the steps for SPSS. Now look at step 5, interpretation rule. Interpretation rule. If the p-value is less than 0.05, then we reject null hypothesis. The null hypothesis is there is no significant difference. In our case, we got 0.01, which is less than 0.05, and hence we can conclude with 95% level of confidence that there is a significant difference between the perception of Mumbai-based consumers and New Delhi-based consumers. In other words, what we can say? We can say that perception of the consumers of both the cities are different about the brand killer jeans. In marketing, p-value. See, if you look at the normal distribution curve, the area under normal distribution curve is 100%. And there are two tail of normal distribution curve. So both the side, there is a 2.5% area. So that area is known as rejection area. So if our value goes down to that 0.05, then we can say that 95% level of confidence we have achieved. So you need to understand that bell shape curve. 5% a standard normal curve. So 95% is the acceptance level area and 5% is the rejection level area. That's why if our value comes below 5%, we reject the null hypothesis, or else we accept the null hypothesis. It's like that. Hope this interpretation is also clear. Now we can do with Excel.
Is there any assumption, sir?
Yes, yes. Before applying independent, the data should be normally distributed. Then another thing is the sample should be independent sample, free from bias. These are the two main assumptions of any parametric test. So normal distribution is a very basic assumption. It has to be there in all parametric tests. And if it is not fulfilled, then go for non-parametric test. Right? स्लाइड के डेटा इधर लाना है.
वहां से कॉपी करके
लास्ट टू कॉलम्स खाली रेटिंग देंगे तो भी चलेगा. मैं देखता हूँ. गिव मी. Now write down certain steps of Excel. Write down certain steps of MS Excel. Go to file menu. Go to file menu. At the bottom of your left hand corner, there is a button called options. There is a button called options. Yeah. Excel options. The dialog box which will appear before you is Excel options. So go click on add-on. Click on go and check mark analysis tool pack. The SPSS will come now into Excel. Click on go and this add-ins. And in add-in dialog box, select analysis tool pack.
So before this, you go and check, make them that there is no data analysis pack.
Yeah.
Before.
So if you look at the screen, there is no data analysis icon in this standard toolbar and formatting toolbar. Yes, yes. There is no data analysis icon. There is no data analysis icon. So the moment we will add from add-ins, the data analysis icon will appear and it will give you all option, ANOVA, this, that, so many things. So go to, once again I am demonstrating it. Look at it. Go to file. Go to options. Add in. Click on go. Click on analysis tool pack. Click on OK.
Go analysis tool pack. Okay. देखो इसका कॉर्नर में राइट में
आ गया है. यहाँ पे दिखता है, वहां नहीं दिख रहा.
उसको छोटा करना साइज.
यहाँ दिख रहा है.
फर्स्ट कॉलम में तुमने ये मिस किया. फर्स्ट कॉलम में आ गया.
Is it visible? Data analysis. Now
आपके भी लैपटॉप पे आ गया. रेजिस्टर कर दो.
Now is it visible?
Yes.
Two groups are there. Mumbai's rating and Delhi's rating. Right? Now how to apply independent sample t-test on this data set using Excel, that I am going to demonstrate. Data analysis. If I will click on data analysis, click on data analysis. Click on data analysis.
No, I guess basis में जितने हैं options,
Yes.
including time where one reserve.
Click on data analysis. T-test.
देखो हमें रिक्वेस्ट आ गया, उसको क्लिक करने आएगा by default.
Click on OK. T-test.
Independent request.
Two tests. Now, t-test, two sample, assuming equal variance, right? Variable one range, I will select Mumbai, and variable two range, I will select Delhi. So, label, I will do check mark on label. Mumbai and Delhi also I am selecting in a range. That's why I have to click on label. Mumbai and Delhi, I am also selecting in a range. Therefore, I have to check mark over here on label. And after that, simply I will click on OK. And you can see the result. You can see the result. Is it visible? So if you look at the mean rating of Mumbai, then it is 3.73. And if you look at the mean rating of Delhi, it is 4.73. And if you look at the p-value, it is 0.01, which is less than 0.05. So we reject the null hypothesis. The null hypothesis is that there is no difference between Mumbai and Delhi. Since the p-value is less than 0.05, now you look at this. कितना डिफरेंस है? वन का डिफरेंस है. सो अगर 7 पॉइंट लिकर्ट स्केल पे लिया है और 1 का डिफरेंस है तो ऑलमोस्ट 17 to 18% डिफरेंस आया रेटिंग्स के अंदर. अच्छा, इसको आसान तरीके, इफ यू वांट टू लुक एट इट, इज इक्वल टू एवरेज लुक एट वो डेटा एनालिसिस पे क्लिक करने का भी जरूरत नहीं, डायरेक्ट मीन डिफरेंस आ गया. Looking at this difference also we can conclude that this is that clear. So this is all about independent sample t-test. I would like to give some examples from medical field. The person was the Dean and Superintendent of Vinoba Bhave Civil Hospital, Silvassa, Dr. Das, the top boss of hospital, under whom some 200 employees and 400 nurses are working. So one day he called me and told me, Keyur, the medicines which we are getting is from central government. The prescribed medicine we can prescribe to our patients. So different dosage are there. So the people who are working with me are MBBS and MD doctors. But I want to know whether they are prescribing right medicine or not. That I want to diagnose as a boss of the hospital, so that I can ensure the well-being of patients who are coming to my hospital. He called me and he gave me 2 medicine. The name is same, but the dosage milligrams are different. 10 milligram tablet, 20 milligram tablets. If you prescribe to your patients, the 10 milligram power tablet will work differently, 20 milligram tablet will work differently. Is there a significant difference or not? And the person who has done MBBS, who was prescribing medicine to the patients which were of 10 milligrams, was not aware to prescribe 20 milligrams to cure the disease. If you are taking tablets of sugar or pressures, what is the power of that tablet? What is the power of sugar? 500 milligrams, 200 milligrams. Which is more effective to your body, which is not effective to your body? Does it create significant difference in your health performance? So that can also be measured using independent sample t-test. Are you with me? Yes. Similarly in production, which batch, there could be a batch production. Yes. So which batch has significant damage or scraps, or which batch has not significant damage? Batch processing या batch production में होता है, कोई batch खराब निकलता है, कोई batch अच्छा निकलता है. So you 2 groups हो गए ना, batch 1, batch 2. There are 2 groups. You can collect the data and you can measure where defects are more. हो सकता है कि कोई पर्टिकुलर बैच में कोई एम्प्लॉय काम करता हो, हेल्पर या प्रोडक्शन मैनेजर, वो ध्यान नहीं देता हो. So many reasons are there. So to answer all these questions, independent sample t-test is very useful. So where do you apply? And I have written a paper on pair sample t-test, and that paper has been cited by, it's a non-Scopus and non-UGC paper. Just for a fun, I wrote to teach my students, MBA students, कि देखो pair sample t-test पे paper लिखते हैं, चलो सिखाता हूँ. And now that paper has got lot of citations from Scopus published journals. Reason being, the theme was very good. For example, the perception of HR managers in industry for the fresh graduates. जो फ्रेश ग्रेजुएट्स होते हैं उनके बारे में एचआर मैनेजर का परसेप्शंस क्या है. सो बिफोर इंटर्नशिप एंड आफ्टर इंटर्नशिप, इज देयर अ सिग्निफिकेंट डिफरेंस इन देयर परफॉर्मेंस? Before personality development programs and after personality development programs, whether their personality has really improved or not improved. So all those kind of traits which are required in industry from the employee by the employer have been considered by me in the study. And then finally that paper got published. Student was so happy, and I am so happy today because Scopus publications are citing that paper. So what is the industry value publication value, consulting value is very important. So based on that paper, when I shared that paper with many HR manager, बोले सर ये तो आपने बहुत अच्छा हमें बता दिया. Can you start doing consulting for us? हम हमारी कंपनी में आप चालू कर दीजिए ये काम. Hope ये clear हो गया. Now let us come down to another topic called paired sample t-test. Look at, we may measure somebody's attitude towards the brand before it is advertised and after it is advertised. So whether advertisement is effective over here or not, that's what we are trying to measure, whether we should spend money for advertisement or not. I couldn't stop telling you about Streamlit. Do you know what is Streamlit? Streamlit is a platform where you can develop your mobile applications. Streamlit, Stream, S-T-R-E-A-M, Streamlit, L-I-T. It is a platform using Python language or Python programming. You can create mobile applications. The way you are using GPay, the way you are using PhonePe, the way you are using weather forecasting app, all those kind of apps can be developed. You have to do Python programming coding. Now in US, majority of the companies like Walmart, Microsoft, Google, they hire machine learning engineers. They hire whom? Machine learning engineers. And those machine learning engineers, they use the same t-test, pair sample t-test, independent sample t-test, regressions, fundamentals, and they do Python coding. And using Streamlit, they create mobile applications. And those mobile applications can be deployed on website of Walmart, and those applications can be downloaded by the end users or the consumers of the Walmarts. And then they start giving ratings. Advertisement के बेस पे मैंने इसको 5 star rating देता हूं, मैं इसको 4 star. You might have seen that user rating. You might have seen that user rating on the Google rating, Amazon Pay rating, everything. So using those rating data, the company's top boss can ascertain the month of advertisement, in which month they should do advertisement so that their sales will be maximum. Same thing is done over here. They can also measure whether we should really do advertisement or not, or we are already a brand name in the market and there is no competition in the market. We are having monopoly. No, if they think in today's market, if any manufacturer or any brand thinks okay, we are the king or we have the monopoly, I think they are gone there. So using Python programming, Streamlit applications, one can develop mobile applications with the principles of machine learning. What is machine learning? I mean, whenever some user is putting rating, on every rating, it will give some business insights to the owner, whether they should do advertisement or not. So that's why machine is learning constantly. Every rating, the machine is giving insights to the business owner. Yes, ये महीने में ऐड करो, इस कंज्यूमर के ऊपर ऐड करो. It's AI. More I will say it is ML. AI is different. AI is fully automated. Here users are giving ratings. Based on those ratings, the app gives you insights. So employee performance measurement before training and after training. So employees are the same. Situations are the different, right? Note पढ़िए, बहुत important है. The most important thing is note. What is the note?
The sample responded to the same word experience of 2 different conditions.
Right? That you have to keep in mind. There you can use paired sample t-test, right? Read the case study.
Consumers' attitude towards the product Fair and Lovely. Hindustan Lever Limited want you to find out that whether the attitude of their customers have changed towards its product, Fair and Lovely, or not using 10-point scale. Brand is highly disliked, brand is partly disliked, brand is somewhat disliked, brand is rarely disliked, brand is disliked, brand is liked, rarely liked, somewhat liked, partly liked, highly liked. You can use a sample of 18 respondents to whom you can ask to rate their preference about Fair and Lovely on a 10-point scale.
This is a case. Look at it. So they have to tick mark on two situations. कि पहले में ये था, बाद में ये हो गया. Student performance in exam before going to tuition and after going to tuitions. Students performance before internship and after internship. So many things. A good researcher is a researcher who observes the situations which are running nearer to him and apply some test on the data and do some research. Is that clear? Yes. Now what kind of data will come? Look at the rating. Same person, same different situation and different ratings. Same person, different facing different situations and different ratings. You want me to demonstrate in Excel? Is it? I will go to data. You can write down the step. Click on data analysis. Click on data analysis. Select t-test. Pair 2 sample for mean. Pair 2 sample for mean. Click on OK. Select range 1. Select range 2. Click on label. Click on OK. Look at the difference of mean. Significant difference? And let us change the format of the number. It will be number. This is the p-value. So the p-value is less than 0.01. इसका मतलब advertisement is 100% effective, not 95%, 100% effective. It means the company must do advertisement to increase the sales. So this is in independent sample t-test and pair sample t-test. Equal variance is assumption. So हम क्या assume कर रहे हैं कि ये data जो है, if you look at this thing, variance. So while applying test, we can assume that the variation between before rating and after rating, variations is same. That is assumption. We assume either or, दो में से कोई एक चीज assume करनी. Yes. अगर वो assumption, basically the first assumption is equal variance. If our data does not fulfill this assumption, then what else? Then there are another non-parametric test which we should use. Right? Assumptions, yes, yes, yes. Yes. Now let us go to chi-square. I think my PPT does not have anything on chi-square. I will explain you. Do you know something about measurement scale? How many types of measurement scales are there? No, I mean 4 types. So whenever you can write down certain things, whenever you have two categorical data, whenever you have two variables which are categorical, whenever you have two variables which are categorical, ब्रैकेट में लिखिए नॉमिनल, नॉमिनल, नॉमिनल.
Here's the beauty.
What? Nominal variable. We will come to the examples. So whenever you have two variables which are categorical, bracket में nominal, then you should use cross tab chi-square test. Cross tab chi-square test. Cross tab chi-square test. For example, boys and girls. So we are categorizing based on gender. So it's a categorical variable 1 and their performance in the examinations. First class, second class and pass class. So result is classified again in 3 categories: first class, second class and pass class. Are you with me?
Yes, yes.
Now, what would be my hypothesis? There is no significant difference between gender and performance in exam. It means we want to say that those who are boys, those who are girls, they are equally perform in these 3 categories. Right? But is it possible? Is it really possible? All the boys and all the girls will equally fall under pass class, second class and first class? Is it really possible? No. So what we are trying to do over here, we are trying to find out, is there a significant difference? Possibly, or it may be possible that girls are more in first class, boys are more in pass class. So variation will be there. We cannot say that equal boys and equal girls will be there in all the 3 categories. So when we are trying, so can you draw a table? Suppose given 100, let us say 100 boys are there and 100 girls are there. So the total sample size is 200. So draw a table, cross tabulation. Boys and girls will be there in row. Let me do. Is it visible? and tell me what are your observations. You are all doctors, going to be doctors.
Boys are more in first class.
Boys, right? And girls are more in first class. So, what would be our hypothesis? There is no association between the gender and performance in exams. Or you can say that there is no significant difference between gender and their exam score. Is that clear? No need to do even chi-square test. This is something known as cross tabulation. This is known as what? Cross tabulation. 2 into 2 contingency table ऐसा बोलते हैं इसको. यहाँ पे 2 into 3 है. But in statistical term, so when you have data, what kind of data? Categorical data.
Category here is boys and girls.
Yes, when you have category, and how many category you require? 2 category or 2 variables. 2 variables which are having categories. Then you can apply chi-square test. Let me see, is it possible to do some analysis in Excel or not? You can go to, you can search the GitHub profile. GitHub profile, in my GitHub profile using this same data, I have done Python coding on pair sample t-test, independent sample test and chi-square test. So Python को use करके आप कोडिंग करके यही सारी टेस्ट कैसे कर सकते हो. GitHub प्रोफाइल में आपको डेटा फाइल भी मिल जाएगी और पाइथन का कोड भी मिल जाएगा. एंड डू नॉट अंडरस्टैंड कि पाइथन कोडिंग इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट. आप कोड देख लेंगे तो आपको समझ में आ जाएगा कि ये तो एक्सेल से और एसपीएसएस से भी आसान है. GitHub प्रोफाइल केयूर एम नायक, केयूर कुमार एम नायक ऑन GitHub, GIT हब, केयूर कुमार एम नायक ऐसा आएगा. केयूर कुमार एम नायक GitHub प्रोफाइल. और मैंने पाइथन के मशीन लर्निंग एल्गोरिदम भी बहुत सब रखे हुए हैं. टीसीएस और इन्फोसिस का मैंने रिग्रेशन भी करके रखा है और फ्यूचर में प्राइस क्या होगी वो भी उधर पड़ा हुआ. सो दिस इज द एंड ऑफ फर्स्ट सेशन. इफ एनी क्वेश्चन इज देयर, आई एम ओपन फॉर द क्वेश्चन. दिस इज ऑल अबाउट सेशन 1.
Can you test the normality in Excel?
We can. Norm.dist is the function. Norm.dist, D-I-S-T, distribution. Norm.dist. Verifying normal distribution of data. There is a function in Excel. Norm.dist, D-I-S-T, distribution. Yes. Which?
It's not related to this, but how do you handle rejection from journals?
Yes, good. How do I handle rejection from journals? So when I started my career and I started submitting papers in journals, rejection were high. But I started analyzing the reasons of rejections. So the first rejection is your paper should be below 10% of plagiarisms. Even if it is 11%, you will get desk rejection. Before selecting your topic, identify the journal in which journal you want to publish. And the title of your paper should be in line with the purpose of the journal.
That's also very some
Common reason of desk rejection. This is this is the two main common reason of rejections. One is plagiarism, one is your theme of the paper and the journal theme are not similar. Third one is very important, which is the methodology which you are applying. Some journals are purely based on qualitative data. If there you are submitting quantitative paper, they will reject it. Some journals are absolutely on quantitative data, they will not accept qualitative papers. And some journals are accepting papers on mixed methods. So there you have to prove that you have used mixed. For example, Tourism Review. Tourism Review is a journal which accept paper based on mixed method. So आपको qualitative भी करना पड़ेगा, quantitative भी करना पड़ेगा. So, and once the paper is accepted with revision, some journals gives you major revisions. बहुत सारी चीजें बदलनी पड़ेंगी. It means they are positive, they are not rejecting your idea. So you should be ready to do major revisions. Some journals gives you minor revisions, hardly 2 or 3 things कि भाई references ऐसे लिखो, ये चीजें ये.
Because another resource person is there, so if it is personal question, others can please go and have tea so that we can start.
Yes. Or during tea time also we can discuss.
Yes.
Which are those plagiarism softwares?
Others.
Turnitin.
both of thanks to Javier.
Actually, both of times.
Turnitin is the best.
ये questions आप लोग.
Another is
We will do
authenticate.
little formalities also. You can ask. Sir, थोड़ा बेसू पड़ से.
हाँ कोई बात नहीं. भरवू ऊपर से.
Yes, Priya. Just 2 minutes. Like, just 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. The earlier session was going on, so that's why. Just 2 minutes. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. It has been such an honor to be a part of such wonderful interactive session on simple independence and T-square test. On behalf of the Faculty of Science and Commerce, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Kishore Kumar Nair for explaining us all the day-to-day exam.
1,000 rupees. Go and come back because the others. They will not get time. They have already joined. Okay. So sit joining from there, you come fast as a start. आप यहाँ बैठ जाते हैं अभी बहुत सारा काम बाकी है.
Sir, in case आपको चाय चाहिए,
हाँ.
सर चाय जो है
हाँ.
सर के लिए चाय मंगवा देना. हाँ. उसको बोलो सर के लिए चाय लेके आ रही हो. सर यहाँ बैठ जाओ. हाँ ये
Yes, sir.
तो जो आया उसका कितना रेट है को एक सैंपल देता हूँ. जैसे तेरा नाम कहाँ से आया ठीक है क्या दे रहा है इसमें से मेन्यू क्या है अपना ठाकुर का ये सब मैं देख लूँगा और कैसे आया आज ओला से आया उसका रहेगा वो पूरे डिटेल और फिर जानेगा आने
अच्छा बैंक डिटेल भी देना है क्या?
हाँ
You want it? You have given it to me. You need it? I'll help you.
आपका फिर क्या
हाँ.
मेरे मोबाइल में भी होगा बट इफ यस सर.
I'll put it. वो मैं लेकर आई थी. नीचे गई नहीं. Okay, so your bank details. Actually, you go ahead and have it because submit directly. You're already there on the university. This thing, ना?
मुझे क्या 7 मुझे नहीं पता।
पीपीटी चाहे तो दे देना सबको।
Application of non-dominant
अभी डेली वाली
आइए ऑनलाइन सेशन।
सर के लिए चाहिए
just starting 2 minutes.
बोलो अभी जस्ट ब्रेक हुआ है यहाँ आएगा ठीक है
Please enable my screen sharing.
Yeah, मैं do that.
और हम लोग का पूरा फोकस करेंगे एक्सेल में सिखाना एसपीएस आर वो सब होता है आर में पूरा और एक्सेल में सब कुछ होता है ये लोग तो मेरा काम और आसान कर रहे हैं ये सारा भी ये सब एक्सेल में क्या है दूसरा वापस है या मेरा घर ही मेरा घर ही
सर ये आपका डेटा है। Yes, and you will have to just acknowledge this for me.
Just take one screen. That's moving on.
अरे सब नौ पैरामीटर
हो गया, डाल दिया।
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll so वो आपका लेटर।
यस
तो सुबह नाश्ता किया था ना
जी।
इनसे सब फिलअप करवाओ इनका आने का फिर जाने का भी तरह टिकट करके रखा है वो दोनों का वही रेट डाल देना जितना ओला करेगा सेम डाल तुम्हारे अकाउंट में अरे सर का चाय की बाटी
आएगा आएगा।
चौबे जी एवरीथिंग
भेजना पड़ेगा।
कल ही सुना था ना सर 46 पार्टिसिपेंट
ग्रेट ग्रेट, बहुत बड़ी बात।
हाँ बहुत बड़ी बात
मेहनत है आपकी और कुलदीप सर की।
आप लोग जैसे दोस्त और भाई लोग के वजह से कर पाया हूँ। जेएनयू से ज्वाइन करेगी
हाँ
दिल्ली से
जेएनयू।
हाँ
कौन अपनी जसप्रीत
नहीं
प्रिया गुप्ता? हाँ
उसको नॉन पैरामेट्रिक दिया
हाँ,
मतलब सब वैसा वैसा वेरिएशन रखता हूँ। कुलदीप भी आएगा और
अच्छा, अच्छा।
उसको भी बुलाया। फिर अभी सर मैं यूजीसी वाला भी लूंगा उसमें भी आपको
वही बात है। आपको कैसा
उसमें-
लगा आज का सेशन?
अरे आपको ये लोग सब खुश तो हम लोग बहुत खुश।